శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయ నమః శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః శ్రీమాత్రే నమః సదాశివ సమారంభాం శంకరాచార్య మధ్యమాం పద్మాకరాఖ్య పర్యంతాం వందే గురు పరంపరాం. Namaste. I welcome you all for the discussion forum of Manava Katha, a famous poetry written by His Holiness Brahmashri Vaddipatti Padmakar Guru Garu. Today, joining with me, Mrs. Dr. Anitha G, who is renowned professional psychologist and an associate professor in a medical college. She has translated Padmakar Guru Garu books in English, including Manava Katha. Today, we shall discuss the first story, the story of a beggar. Namaste, Anitha Garu. So can you please briefly...
Adipataya Namaha, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Namaste.
Can you briefly explain the story of a beggar?
Yeah, the story of a beggar, actually, one of the sage was doing tapas to attain salvation. So the goddess appears in front of him and gives him with lots of virtues, lots of wealth, lots of prosperity and all. But the sage continuously says that I don't need all these things. I just want salvation. I don't need all these things. Then the goddess says that whatever good things you have done, you have to enjoy all those things in this life. Then only finally you can attain the salvation. In this process, she starts telling a story about a beggar. So the first story is about a beggar, which is being told by goddess to a sage.
Okay, very nice. So all these 9 stories go in a way like Lakshmi discussing these stories with sage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Lakshmi explaining the different concepts of bhakti to the sage.
Okay.
Finally, the destination point will be the salvation.
Okay.
All the 9 kind of simple steps where you can attain the salvation.
Okay, okay. Very nice. So we shall go into the story now, the story of a beggar. So can you briefly explain like what is the summary of the story? What is the story is all about?
Yeah. So the story is about a beggar. So the beggar was being troubled with lots of poverty. He doesn't have anything to eat. So one day he was going to a village for begging. So he goes there. He gets good dishes, different kinds of dishes that day he gets, and he was very happy because he got lots of things. So he used to travel through a forest every day. So he stays at one end of the forest, and he used to reach the village through the forest. That day he was very happy, so he started walking through the forest. While at the same time, on the vehicle of Lord Vishnu, that is Garutmanta, Lord Vishnu and Goddess Lakshmi will be traveling above the forest. So Goddess Lakshmi looks at the beggar and says that this beggar is suffering from lots of poverty. I want to give him something good. I want to eradicate his poverty like a wind blowing a cotton.
Okay.
Immediately Lord Vishnu smiles and says that no, he has to bear with whatever karmas he has. So he has to undergo the process of good or bad. If you are doing good karma, then you get a lot of good things. If you are doing bad karma, then you will be sad and you will be having sorrows in your life.
Correct.
The goddess Lakshmi says that no, I have the power to remove the poverty, so I just want to give him something. Lord Vishnu smiles at her and he didn't say anything. At the same time,
it was like a competition between Vishnumurti and Lakshmi Devi.
Goddess Lakshmi. So at the same time, unknowingly, this beggar will be traveling through the forest because he was very happy. Suddenly one thought comes into his mind telling that every day I walk from the same forest in the same route. Today I'll go through the forest by closing my eyes. So he starts walking through the forest by closing his eyes. So what Goddess Lakshmi does, she took all her jewels, which are very precious jewels, which are being studded, all the 9 precious stones and all.
Of course,
she throws the jewels in front of him. As he closed his eyes, he can't see that jewels.
Very unlucky guy.
Yeah. So he walks through. then again, Lord Vishnu has a good smile on his face, telling that, unknowingly saying that, without verbally saying that, see, you have given him, but he is not able to see the jewels. Then what she does, she got that, like, a kind of,
Competitive mode, competitive spirit.
yeah, strong will to remove his poverty.
Correct,
So
yeah.
then she changes herself into a woman who lives in the forest. Okay, the tribal woman. So she appears as a tribal woman at the back of him, and she'll be continuously calling him, "Oh, beggar, sees lots of jewels are there. You can please come and go." Immediately, the beggar hears this, but he thinks that the tribal woman is making fun of me, making fun of my poverty. See, she is also trying to play a prank on me. So I just don't want to look it back and get the jewels. So he
Ayyo.
from the jewels place. So he didn't get that. Then Lord Vishnu says that this is what the karma is. Even though the gods want to help, the person will not receive it because he doesn't have a good karma. That
Yeah.
is what story talks about.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, I understand it is like mother's love. Lakshmi Devi is like mother's love. Even though we do bad things, even though kids do bad things or doesn't treat us properly, but we want to help them or we wish them to be good. Right. So,
Yeah,
I understood. I mean, when you are telling, Lakshmi Devi is trying a lot of times to help that beggar, but what to do? His karma is
yeah,
like that. We always say this is
yeah,
karma.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is what happens. That is the story of a beggar.
Yeah. Very
So
nice story.
this story has come because the sage doesn't want any comforts in his life, the money, the wealth, the comforts. So now the goddess Lakshmi is telling the sage, see, when the bad karma is there, even though he is getting the jewels, he is not able to see.
Correct.
But as you have done lots of tapas in this life, so you have to enjoy all the fruits. Then only you can get the salvation. That is
Yeah.
where to give this example, so that if you do a bad karma, you have to bear with the sorrows. If you do a good karma, you have to enjoy all those things. Until you balance both, you cannot get the
We have to
salvation.
create a zero account balance, then only we'll get.
Yes. All the debits, credits has to be completely zero balanced. Yeah.
That's why maybe they say dharma, ardha, kama, and finally moksha.
Moksha, yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Very nice. So this story is all about karma. I mean, we have to suffer the karma whatever we have did in the past. So in
Yes.
at present we have to do everything according to the dharma, so that we'll not have any bad
Yes.
things happening to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to Guruji, we have three types of karma. The
Okay.
karma which we carry forward from the past life,
Okay.
that previous life.
Correct. Correct.
The karma which we have done in the say, for example, from past 5-6 years we have done some karma. That is also one kind of karma. The presently what you are doing this karma. So we have to go through all these cycles. So sometimes even though the person is born very virtual and he's very good and he's very good in talking, but still he has some kind of sufferings because he's carrying forward that past life's karma.
Correct. Correct.
So he has to go through all that baggage. He has to unpack all those things. Then only he can attain the peace and calmness and attain the salvation.
Yeah, and sometimes when we observe that in Guruji speeches also, we have observed some people are very bad. I mean, they always drink, they enjoy Friday, they don't follow any rules. I mean, daily going to the temple or praying God and all, but they have
Yeah.
lots and lots of money. They don't have any. I mean, they
Troubles,
enjoy the pleasures
problems.
like that. They don't have any problems. So, but when we see some other people, they are daily worshipping God, following all the dharmas and all, but still they are suffering from poverty or some or the other problems in life. So, why does this happen, sir? Can we relate anything of in this story? Can we relate these things
Yeah.
in the story?
So mainly when we are talking about the sage was doing tapas. So the Rishi was doing tapas. So his past life karmas, all the debt what he has been completed. He has attained the positive karma now.
Correct.
So he has to enjoy that.
Yes.
But the is carrying forwarding his past life karma, so he is still dealing with that poverty.
Correct, correct, correct.
So once this karma is over, then there will be a balance. Then the beggar has to be intelligently select what path he has to go.
Okay.
Whether he has a divine path or he has to choose a undivine path, that depends upon. So it's like the account. The more the balance you have, the more you can withdraw. The
Correct.
less the balance you have, you cannot withdraw and pay. So sometimes it's overdue. That overdue will be carried forwarded to the next life.
Correct, correct. Very nice. When I was reading the story, I have seen one of the poem. మెచ్చదు భార్య బిడ్డలను మెచ్చరు మిత్రులు చేరబోరు చొచ్చొచ్చను సానుభూతిను చూపదు చూపర డబ్బులేనిచో పచ్చిగ రేబవల్దిరుగు భ్రష్టుడు నీచుడు త్రాగుబోతు కావచ్చునుగాక డబ్బు గలువానికి దాసులు కారే ఎల్లరున్. I was referring to this poem because I found this poem is very meaningful, and I mean whoever have very less knowledge on Telugu also can easily understand the poem. So Guruji
Yes.
has written in such a way that he has not used complex Telugu words. He has used simple words to for
Simple
this
words.
for this generation also to understand Telugu poems, which is very meaningful and very rhythmic way. And all. How do you feel about because when you are translating, did you feel that Telugu is complex to translate, or how did you feel? And what
It's
poem
very
you
simple.
like?
It's very simple. Sometimes I use different rhythms to sing that poem, so that by reading the poem, most of the story can be understood. That simple it is.
Yeah.
If you can understand each and every Telugu word, then you can read the Telugu book, Telugu poems itself.
Correct.
So
Correct.
you don't get anything. So as you like the one poem, I like the one more poem which few words are matching with Lalita Sahasranama.
Oh, okay.
That is Durbara Daridra Tula Vatula is the 23rd, where it was a conversation between Lord Vishnu and Goddess Lakshmi.
Okay.
So they'll conversation regarding the beggar.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she says that whatever may be the poverty, I will eradicate I'll blow like a wild wind which can blow out the cotton. So that is where the conversation somehow I like that 23rd poem.
Very nice, very nice.
And even the sentence starts with the Lalita Sahasranama wording, so it attracted me very.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So what we can take the moral of the story from this story? What is the summary or moral of the story which present generation can take from this story?
Yes, this is very important, Snigdha. Actually, the moral of the story is whenever there are problems, you have to just think that these problems are what I have done in the past. So whatever I have given, I'm getting it back. So if you're getting good things, then you have to think that you have given something good, so you are getting the good. Don't be very sad when you are with problems. Don't be very happy when you are having lots of pleasures. So you have to treat equally. You have to balance them equally. So if any person is having continuous troubles or having problem with something, then you have to think that my balance is very high on the bad karma, so I'm going through it. So we have to catch hold of the feet of Guru, so that he can take us through the path, and he can make us reach to the God. Finally, our destination is to reach the salvation. So when we are going through the path of Guru, it is very easy for us to reach the salvation, because he'll teach us. Maybe I'll give you one example, Snigdha. Whenever we read this Sai Baba Satcharitra or Datta Charitra, it clearly says that the life is like a big sea with wild living beings. So you cannot cross the sea without any help, because once in the sea, then you don't know where you have to go, how you have to go, how many fishes are there, how many sharks are there, how many blue whales are there. But Guru knows what is wrong and where the whale is, where the shark is. So he'll guide you in a proper way to reach the destination.
Very good, so, very good example. Yeah.
I really like this example. And in one more story, it was talking about the forest. So if you are into the forest, you need a guide. Otherwise, you will be roaming in and around the forest itself because you are unaware about the roots. So the root salvation is through Guru.
Yeah, correct.
So the Guru is the person who already had the knowledge to reach the God, so he can easily take us towards the God's path. In this story, he has shown the path that don't leave the feet of Guru and the God, so that whatever past karmas you have or previous lives karmas, that will be slowly getting decreased, and your good karma will be increasing, so that you will get all the pleasures in this earth.
Yes, correct.
Things. So whenever we are sad, we are not supposed to be. Sometimes I generally see people saying that how many pujas I've done, how many things I've done, but still I'm not getting this, still I'm not getting that. But as a person, as a spiritual person, I always say them that you have tried for 3 times, then don't try it. Because God doesn't want to give you that. He has some different plan for you. So
Correct.
surrender yourself to the God and Guru.
Correct.
So they'll tell you, surrender. Yes, God, this is what I'm thinking. Whether it is correct, give it me. If it is not correct, show me the other door.
Very good. Very nice.
When you are praying in such a way, what happens? You'll be calming down. You'll be calming down. I'll give you one more example, Snigdha, if I'm not boring you. Recently, one has clearly shown that the spiritual person are mentally very strong and they are psychologically well-being.
Oh.
This
so
was
as a psychologist, you know that data perfectly.
Every time I relate the psychology and the spirituality, because the mental health is the best way
Correct.
of living life, right? So in a recent study, maybe 15 days back, that paper I have read, the people who are spiritual are having high mental well-being.
Oh, very good.
So the only thing is, instead of scolding about your situations, about your in and around surroundings, better you hold the feet of Guru and
accept the situation.
Accept it, hold the feet of Guru and God. They'll drive you. They'll take you whatever is best for you. They'll give it to you. You'll get. That is how you have to change your thoughts.
Correct.
So otherwise, the beggar might have thought, no one called me all these days. Today, when Banjara is calling, let me see back. He might have thought that, but he never got that because he was just being stuck in a particular way of thought process.
Correct.
So here, spirituality will give you a kind of hope, a kind of well-being to everyone. So whenever we are sad, let us not feel bad. Whenever we are happy, let us be calm and quiet, composed towards the feet of Guru and God.
Yes, very nice. Thank you so much, Anitha Garu, for coming and discussing about the story of a beggar. So in the coming sessions, we also discuss the remaining 8 stories. Thank you so much for joining with me and discussing. Jai Gurudev. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev.